Professor Holmström, you gave a very interesting lecture tonight here at the Institut saying that banks are necessarily opaque and no transparency is even a good thing for banks. Why is that? That sounds so weird.
Well, I didn't say that no transparency. Somebody needs to have control of what happens inside the banks and so on, so they should be regulated. And there is some transparency, in banks. But I said by nature, the assets in which they invest, such as housing and such, are, even by nature, they are less transparent than, say, if it was a liquid asset. I'm now talking about the traditional part of the banking, not their, trading, not their trading side. And it is just historically that way, that they have been opaque. That's the argument. I'm not saying that they have to be this way. I'm more reacting to they have to be a transparent way. Because that seems to be also implicit in your question. Everybody thinks that way. And I want to caution them that history is not supportive of that simplistic argument.
But, all the discussions now on the modern democratic world go into the direction of, be more transparent, be more... There was even a glasnost in the Soviet Union.
For some things, transparency are good, but transparency is most definitely not universally good. Every diplomat understands it, representative democracy understands it. We need... I don't know where it has come from, this notion that, maximize transparency and the world will be good. I think this is a wild comment a little bit and maybe cautious, but, we are going in the direction of having the public, make decisions directly. We have referendum, we have opinions that are so strong as to affect directly the politicians, and they will do whatever their constituency, so to speak, wants. And then, paradoxically, we start to see people that are very authoritarian by character. We see Putin in the Soviet Union, we have Turkey, we have, Eastern Europe, we have now Trump. We don't know how he's going to behave. There seems to be a yearning of order and leadership. But at the same time, as the public somehow doesn't seem to understand, they are dismantling representative government.
Now, can banks make money being transparent, or is that part of the business model being opaque?
The money?
Yes, can they earn money? Is that, is that part of their business? Is it inherent in them? You said they are information concealing institutions.
Well, it's just that they are not, they are not very revealing about, say, the new loans. So if you look at the Fed knows, the Federal Reserve knows, they are all the time getting information on what banks, what kind of loans they are issuing now and so on. So they are collecting a lot of information. They don't tell the public or the investors all about that information. They are giving aggregate figures. They don't have specific banks. So they are very much still in the mode of being not transparent. So you have to ask, is it because they are so naive that they don't understand the new things? I think it is because they understand how banking is actually supposed to be.
You said it's easy to get out of a crisis in a way because then everybody gets opaque and doesn't tell anybody much things anymore. But you say we still haven't understood how we ever glided into the crisis and couldn't stop it.
I said that we seem to know how we get out of crisis, and my hypothesis was because we have been in so many crises. Because crises end up, so to speak, in the same place most of the time. So there are ways, of which opacity is just one of the instruments. That's not the only by any means. Things have to be recapitalized, the government comes in, some banks have to be shut down. There's a whole set of things that are being done. But they have been done, 100 years ago in the clearinghouses. They have been done, in Scandinavia 20-some years ago, and so on. So we seem to know what should be done. It always involves the government. when a big crisis happens, you can't do it with nobody has funds to deal with, you know, enough. And opacity is just what I'm saying has been part of these solutions.
Do you think that the Eurozone is doing the right thing right now?
Well, I don't exactly know what the Eurozone is doing. My feeling is they're moving too slowly on the banking union and the banking system. They seem to, nothing seems to be exactly happening, except they are in this mode of buying, you know, a lot of collateral. And I'm worried that, you know, there's going to be a huge accumulation of collateral. That itself is not necessarily a problem, but what it is that, you know, in order to fulfill regulatory requirements, banks seem to be, you know, making types of liabilities that they can unload with the ECB, and that, for instance, leads to investing in housing more perhaps than they should, and so on and so forth. So I don't think we are on a really healthy footing.
Thank you very much.